Have you ever pretended to be okay when you weren't? You smiled, said I'm fine, and went on with your day, even though your heart was heavy. We live in a world that celebrates perfection. We filter our photos, hide our insecurities, and act strong, even when we feel broken inside. But what if I told you that the courage to be vulnerable, to show our true selves, flaws and all, is what makes us stronger, braver, and more connected than ever? A few years ago, I came across a researcher named Brene Brown, who studied human connection, what makes life meaningful, what makes people feel loved and whole. After thousands of interviews, she found that people who lived with a strong sense of love and belonging all had one thing in common. They believed they were worthy of it, and they had the courage to be imperfect. They were willing to say, "This is who I am. I might fall, I might get rejected, but I'll show up anyway." That's vulnerability, and it's the birthplace of joy, creativity, and love. Now, when most of us hear the word vulnerability, we think it means weakness. We picture crying, asking for help, or admitting we're scared. But that's not weakness, that is honesty. Vulnerability is not winning or losing. It's having the courage to show up when you can't control the outcome. But think about it. When you say, "I love you first," that's vulnerability. When you admit, "I don't know," in class, that's vulnerability. When you chase a dream but that could fail, that's vulnerability. It's the uncertainty, the risk, and the emotional exposure that come with being human. But most of us from it, don't we? We numb our pain with food, with scrolling, with not overwork, or over pretending everything's fine. We say things like, "I don't care what people think, I'm not emotional, and I'm just busy." But here's the truth. You can't numb emotions selectively. When you numb sadness, fear, or disappointment, you also numb joy, gratitude, and happiness. And when we try to make everything certain, when we want to control everything, we lose our ability to connect.
Because, let's be honest, being vulnerable hurts sometimes. You get your heart broken, you fail an exam, you tell someone how much they meant to you, and somehow they don't feel the same. But imagine a life where you never risk that. No heartbreaks, no failure, no rejections. Sounds safe, right? Except that's also pretty boring. It's empty. Because when you protect yourself from pain, you also protect yourself from love. When you close yourself off from failure, you close yourself from success. Vulnerability isn't the path to pain, it's the path through it. When most beautiful moments in life are built in vulnerability, when you comfort a friend who's grieving, you're opening your heart. When you perform on stage, you're exposing a part of yourself. When you share your stories, you give others permission to share theirs. Connection happens when we dare to be seen, really seen. So maybe it's time we stop thinking or stop asking, "What will people think?" and start asking, "What if they see me, the real me, and love me anyway?" Let me tell you something personal. I once thought that being strong meant never asking for help. I always have the answer, to look composed, or to prove I was enough. But when I finally opened up about my struggles to my friend, to my family, something unexpected happened. And that changed everything. It's in that moment, messy moment, that we find connection, not perfection. So, here's my challenge for you, for all of you. The next time you feel like hiding your emotion, don't. The next time you fail, own it. The next time you love someone, tell them. Because vulnerability isn't the opposite of strength. It is strength. It's saying, I'm scared, but I'll try. I'm not perfect, but I'm enough. That's how we grow. That's how we lead. That's how we live fully. So today, I invite you to take off the armor, to be brave enough to be seen, not as who you should be, but as who you are. Because when we embrace vulnerability, we discover the most powerful truth of all. We were never meant to be perfect, only real.